this is Ishnai Ciarfox. I was still having problems with it recognizing my shit, so we're doing it this way. Anyways, we're gonna do this tonight because I can't have a late night tomorrow. Because I have to, on Monday my sister's graduating from college, so, we get to celebrate that, except I'd rather celebrate with not as many people because we have to go to an arena for it. But, anyways. Oh, yeah, in the walker room. We're gonna go ahead and start that. While we're waiting on that, I'm going over here with, I guess, my white mage, and we're doing, opening up this tribe quest. So, yay! Hi. Maybe meeting with her isn't so easy after all. Malibu said she's been be around here somewhere, though. Hi. Oh, Ishnai, the adventurer? The mighty warrior who traveled the length and breadth of Toriel, taking his myriad sights, sounds, and smells, even those within the otherworldly dome. The savvy haggler who helped the Third Promise acquire a saddle worth 10 peel in the thousands column, despite starting with a mere 100. I didn't do shit. That was, Pele. Was it Pele's? I already forgot. My inner Akaba is clacking away. Your missing piece I've been looking for. The missing piece of a brand new enterprise, that is. Sorry, I got a little carried away. I'm just so happy to finally meet you. I'm Lipu, merchant. Until recently, my business was bedcloths, all woven from the finest alpaca wood. My dear Mabu told me all about you. Yeah, that's her, sorry. I hear you give her the nudge she needed to embark on her journey as a peddler. I can't begin to thank you enough. But I'll get straight to the point. I have a proposal for you today, Ishnai. How would you like it to become a special advisor for trailblazing tourism venture? I call it the Turiel Travel Agency. I mean, I am a trailblazer in a different game. Of course! You'll be compensated for your time. You'll also be the first in line for all kinds of treats and trinkets. By the way, tomorrow I think what we're going to do for the stream, either it's going to be this game, or we're going to sit down and watch the Honkai Star Rail performance thing. So. And I get to nerd out the concert, that word. Of course you'll be compensated for your time. You'll also be the first in line for all kinds of treats and trinkets, not to mention the wealth of exciting experiences. You don't have to answer right away, but if any of this has roused your interest, please come visit me in Okanu. We can go over the finer details there. I'll be waiting for you, along with the rest of my associates. What's my associates? 9-minute wait time. The reason why I'm getting this tribe quest out of the way is so that when I start leveling up my things at 90, I at least have it open to do dailies for. Which reminds me, I have a few tribe quests. Goodness. Alrighty. Goodness, screaming about to happen? Maybe? Oh, yeah, that's pretty. That is very pretty. Oh, that's dangerous looking. Oh! Hi! Just call it your Urdrasil or something, I don't know. Oh, hi! But this is all Greek and Roman reference stuff, so never mind about that. Oh god, this music! Oh god, this music! My wife. Okay. I'm guessing this is gonna be on either side. Oh, in front. Okay. Oh. Oh! Oh! Oh no! I don't know. I'm just following other people at this rate. Other people seem to know what they're doing. I don't. Oh, what? 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 Oh, I see. What? Oh. 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 Just keep moving, just keep moving, just keep swimming! How? Okay. Cheeky little bastard, isn't he? One direction. I like this music! Music good! Oh. Oh my gosh, she's the best Rose Warrior around! How you doing? How's you doing, by the way? Never. Yes, you are. Do, do, do. Um. Hi, handsome. The moment this was slain, the flow of aether in Pandæmonium focused keenly on this location, creating a tunnel of sorts for which we could quickly convey ourselves. It was almost as if we were ushered here. This space was created with care and concealed with powerful wards. Only a key ward would have been able to detect it, even with the great difficulty. Ergo, if only I could restore Tartarus to order, but I'm afraid this is the most I can manage with such power that reigns me. It has been too long, Master Lahabrea. Likewise, keyword Agdistus. I should not be surprised you're able to break free of Hephaestus' spell, even diminished as you were. 'Twas not an easy task, even with your aid. His curses dig into one's heart, creating a storm of emotions that's all too easy to become lost in. Only by chance did a fragment of myself remain, illuminating a path through the madness. Thus I am able to appear before you now, even while my body was powerless to resist Hephaestus' commands. Some part of my logical mind stood alone in defiance. It even managed to speak to the outside world. The report! That was you? Doubtless you recognize my voice from the many times I've called out to you. The hope that those pleas would not fall on deaf ears was all that kept me from succumbing to hopelessness. But I have a greater purpose here than simply saying my farewells. There's something you must know, that the tragedies of the past do not repeat the present. Forgive me for what I'm about to do, Master Lahabrea, but the story must be told. 'Tis the only way to understand Hephaestus' fixation on Eric. No longer can you hide your heart away, handsome! Jokes, quips. Well, aren't you cute, young? Hephaestus? No, the mask marks him as Lahabrea. Master Lahabrea had brought an end to Lady Athena's life and sealed away a part of his memories and emotions within Hephaestus. These are my recollections of the moment following. And you truly have no intention of revealing the truth to Eric? My lesser half is now buried where no one can find it. We would be wise to do the same with our memory of this day. Blood should not always sway the spirit, but Athena's teachings have warped the boy. I fear he would see our star burn to keep his mother safe. Eric believes that he feels loves, but he is shackled by dependence. He could not bear the truth. His dependence makes all the more important to be open with him. He'll seek answers about his mother's loss, which will inevitably lead him to you. Are you willing to accept the blame for Athena's death? Are you willing to accept your son's hatred? If that is what comes to pass, then so be it. Better be burdened with hatred than the knowledge that Athena thought his body and soul mere tools to be used and discarded. Even if were I to tell him that what his mother plotted, he would ever seek reasons to believe the true fault lies with me or with him. Should he merely hate me, he will remain unfeathered by doubt, free to serve the star far from his parent shadow. Oh, that sucks. Eric loved his mother more than life itself, and yet, what a dreadful truth you've borne all this time. Such is Lahabrea's nature, every action, every word, a solution to life's great dilemmas, and none to spare for his own. What I have revealed to you is but a small portion of a larger picture. I shall leave it to Lahabrea to paint the rest for you. And for Eric, I hope. Thank you, Agdistus. I always admired you, you know? What choice did I have when you sacrificed so much to guard our star to the heavens? Hephaestus has doubtless sensed his final key ward has fallen. We should return to the surface before he moves to strike us here. If we are to face him, we must be prepared to bring our full strength to bear. It was Eric's hatred of his father that caused him to fall victim to Hephaestus' magics, yet the root of that hatred was born from a son's love. A love nurtured not by a mother caring for her offspring, but by a researcher creating the ideal test subject. Pandæmonium abounds with demons indeed. Ag was ever a bold woman, even in her final moments, that she would unearth the secrets of my past for all to look upon. Still, full glad that I am she faced you as her last opponent. I could think of none more worthy to send her soul off to the other side. So it's common to do the battle thing, kind of like how we do with the gods, on how you send things back. Hey, Wolfie Wolf, how are go! One final wish. And welcome in! The vision you saw told the story far more eloquently than I ever could. Athena was consumed by her research and was willing to sacrifice her own child if it hastened her progress. She did not offer him a position here out of sense of love or pride. 'Twas merely because she knew he would be the most pliable test subject. I see now why you hid the truth from him. I cannot say with certainty that Eric could handle the weight of such betrayal after holding his mother on a pedestal for so long. Unfortunately, it seems not even her death has ensured his safety. Hephaestus has taken upon Athena's research and has succeeded in creating a hemitheo. I know not what his ultimate end is, but it's plain it's connected with the resurrection of Athena. That knowledge alone is sufficient to direct our next course of action. As for the rest of your story, we shall hear it after we have returned Eric to safety, in accordance to Ag's last wish. Very well. I can at least assure you that finding him shall prove relatively simple now that Hephaestus can no longer bend Pandæmonium to his will. There is but one place left for him to find refuge, the Black Heart of Tartarus, where Athena built her testing compound. We can assume that Hephaestus will offer fierce resistance. I must focus my every effort on securing a safe means of approach. Lahabrea, I would ask you to assume the duty of summoning Ishnai's phantom warriors. I have no objections. My ability to fight within Tartarus will be greatly diminished in any case. However, I wish to deal the final blow to Hephaestus myself. There's no need to dirty your hands with such a deed. I take it, then, that you have no intention to seal him away as before. The presence I felt when I encountered Hephaestus bore little resemblance to the entity I created. By his own hand, he has become something far more wicked, and the same magics that once shackled him may very well shatter before the power he wields. On my pride as a researcher, I am loath to repeat the same mistake twice. I will not see these events play out again, so he must be extinguished. Murder, murder, murder. Well then, I shall open a way forward. May we finish this together. Ba-ba-ba-bam! Miss Gross. If Hephaestus truly means to continue Athena's research, then Eric is indispensable to his goal. He is safe, but how much longer I cannot say. In his insight, return to me safely, friend. No fucking promises! I'm afraid to teleport, because I might get dragged to Oka. I mean, teleport to Oka, because I might be dragged back here. And none of my characters are high enough for me to wander around this area over here to level. Well, besides my white mage. Using fates. Well, we can do what we did before and do some of the side quests around here. If it takes that long. So the key of the matter is getting over there before, you know, it starts. Let's continue over here. Oh, wait. That is something I'm waiting for. That will take probably a bit, because I'll follow around a creature. Chris appears to be out every rose. Everyone certainly seems content with allow their familiars to wander unattended of late. I must say, it's become something of a distraction. I've been attempting to prune this bush for ages. Who is responsible for you? Asm, you say? In that case, I suppose some degree of independence is to be expected. I take it you're a resilient sort as well. You mislike where this is going. You are an assertive one, aren't you? No matter, if I know Asm, your curiosity will get the better of you soon enough. Ha, okay. You name it, I've been punching it. That's wonderful to hear. The Akan population on the Wonders is in need of culling, you see. The appropriate number of specimens have been moved to the Hungering Gardens, a far more suitable habitat, but the remainder need to be cut down ere they harm the local environment. You can attract one by applying this nectar water to yourself, perhaps over by the beacon to the northeast. I should hate for the creature to lumber over here and mistake anyone else for a tasty snack after all. Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks. Let's hope I have enough time. Touch of rightness. Oh. Well. Mother, I hunger. Mother? I hunger. Mother, save me from this shit. Sniff, the scent of nectar, water, and fresh-cut vines. You did as I asked. 'Tis much appreciated that Ancatheri grow and propagate quickly, too quickly as I have learned. Their short life cycle makes them an excellent source of fertilizer in the woodland areas. I had hoped this factor would be enough to keep their population in check, but it appears that without natural predators, they proliferate so fast as to smother local flora. Moving through the gardens will do for a moment, but I must find the means to make them less invasive as a species, lest they be deemed unsuited to this world. I couldn't bear to see that happening to my darlings. Oh, did I neglect to mention that I am the creator of the concept? A great many of these who research the creations of the lips submit our own concepts from time to time, you know? It would be wasteful not to put the knowledge we gain from our observations to use. It's just as it would be wasteful to allow my darlings to be sent to Leith. I will make this concept work, I promise you that. I wonder how dangerous would it be? I probably already asked this question the last time we were streaming. Cursing up a storm. Beg pardon? Crows take that little sod. Where in the... Oh, I was unaware we had a visitor. Pardon my language. I should hate to give the poor impression of ellipse with my unprofessional behavior. Alas, I'm quite at my wit's end with this new cultivar. You're fortunate not to have overheard worse. Its restorative properties are superlative. laxative. That much is true. Yet what possessed its creator to give it such nimble legs, I shall never understand. You only must oppose upon those fools the words of Hamarot, that not everything needs to be ambulatory. I have tried to leash it, fence it, staring at it with all my might, each to no avail. Its resourcefulness is far beyond anyone could, and I dare say could, wish of a vegetable. Given that it shows such signs of sentience, however, perhaps it's possible for another intelligence creation to commune with it. Or you may make that attempt? Okay. When it embarked upon the most recent bid for freedom, I sent my assistant after it. His own legs have grown quite powerful by this point, so with any luck, you'll find them not too far to the west. Yeah, I can totally understand what that creature just said. Garo sent you to commune with the Magnagoria? Best of luck. Yeah, see? We understand each other perfectly. The Magnoria emits a screech not unlike the sound of a Magitech airship's hull rendering in twain, but it is unclear what it means to convey. Did that help? Nope! So even its fellow creations cannot understand it. What a pity. Granted, I did suspect that its vocal organ was unique. Ah, if you took the same form, it might be less of obstacle. Though I am admitted unversed in the original design specifications, I should have little difficulty transforming you into its mirror. Shall we have a go? Wonderful, now stand still. Hi. If anything, you understand even less than you did before. How's that? One moment, please. Pardon me, I haven't the slightest idea what you're saying. Would you mind repeating that? Fooled again! Nevertheless, we've gained valuable data. Alas, please inform Gillos that it may be some time before I return. From 5 to 6 to 11-minute wait, y'all! Do you locate the Mandagoria? Seemingly incapable of comprehensive communication, is it? Perhaps is some degree of intelligence bears further scrutiny. Of course, upon further observation, it is deemed sentient. It will be subject to even greater scrutiny to ensure that it would be safely set loose. To understand each creation in all its aspects and conclusively prove it beneficial or detrimental to the star, such as our duty and burden as researchers. Or at least we can say with certainty its legs work. Escape this world. It escape. It escapa. Eric's would ask you a question with absolutely no ulterior motive whatsoever. Oh, you're Azim's familiar, are you not? I pose you a question. Imagine an object you truly desire lies before you. What do you do? Shout need. Take it. I see. As rumor, you do show a glimmer of intelligence. Arves is the mark of sentience, you know. Speaking of which, my pot of nectar has recently gone missing, along with nymphi I was observing. Welcome as this confirmation of their intelligence is. They aren't meant to eat all of that at once. Of course, should I pursue them, they will likely as not hide in fear of reprisal while they devour the lot. However, they may respond if a fellow familiar expresses her doubt as to so much nectar truly belongs to them. If you take my beating. Squeak? Doubts its sincerity. Squeak! The nymph waddles away, looking rather pleased with itself. Waddles away, but not before catching a strong whiff of nectar. Hi. Squee? Squeak! 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 The nymph squeaks in presumably disgruntled fashion and waddles away. Squeal? I know it says there's an L in there, but I decided to just have Squee. You deal with Squee. I deal with Squee. We all deal with Squee. You've returned, but where are my nymphi? Should probably forget about those. What in the world are you talking about? Come now, tell me what you saw. Spare no detail, I'm a professional. Strange brown furred creatures that waddled? My nymphi were bright and winged and oh no. Oh, this is tell no one of this. Some things are better off lost. You saw nothing. Please. The Isle designer believes a little learning is a dangerous thing. Fortified enclosures? That would be dreadfully dull for all involved. Oh, if only there was someone who... Ah! You see, have impeccable timing, my friend. I am in need of a bit of assistance, you see. If you insist. I assure you that I do. Now listen. We have been asked to design a new island for the purpose of containing and monitoring poisonous specimens. Alas, we know little of such concepts. And last I attempted a bit of research, I woke up 3 days later with far too much information about Gearites. You, however, have the look of a familiar who could not possibly care less about this subject. Thus, I do require your services. You need only ask the researchers of Angarius for a brief introduction to poisonous creatures. Instead, vastly ignore any niggling curiosity in favor of reporting back here. I think you have piqued my interest just from the fact that you told me not to pay attention. Trying to... There. You chose the wrong combination of words, sir! The quintessential example of a poisonous specimen is the Morbol Marcurus, of course. Never was there a creature so gracious, so foul, so pungent, hit the name, and the concept has lately been adjusted to prevent any further accidents. But the Marquez, it blinds the eyes, paralyzes the body, even the mind desires nothing so much as to vomit continuously to purge its stench. Why did they ever make that thing? Fuck if I know, actually, to be fair. Because I hate them for Final Fantasy VIII. Just stating. You're soliciting ideas for a Isle of Poisonous Concepts? In that case, you might ask after the new cultivar from the Conic Horns. I am told it bears poisonous fruit. I mean, what use does the Morbarol have besides... Well, I mean, there is the spreading seed thing that apparently might be a... Poisonous creatures? Why, there's one right here. As you can see, its skin is translucent, and the body within, shall we say, squishy. Fortunately for it, those beautiful sleeve-like appendages conceal countless minute-stinging darts. Most other creatures cannot so much as touch it, let alone devour it. It would be fascinating to see how it fares against non-aquatic concepts. Ooh, perhaps it could even fly, should a light enough gas be incorporated in the membrane. You've learned a disturbing fact about stinging invertebrates. I mean, isn't that kind of flying? I mean, it's floating. It's floating there. It floats. It float. Look at this. I'm surprised how long it's taking. There you are. I'd begun to worry you'd been marred in mundanity. Uh-huh. 3 notes, enough to see our options, yet not so many as to lead us into the weeds. Well done. This Marquise is fascinating quiz, isn't it? How might one contain such a specimen that it not befoul its environments beyond repair? Simply must know. Excuse us, we're off to see the man about a marble. Probably the only one who cares enough about that. Watch me go over and teleport now and it shows up. One second, y'all.
Ericthonios is mine, heart and soul. And with your death, none will be left to stop me. Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison. From fulgent flame my servants rise. Out of my sight! Leave naught but ash in your wake. Let seep sorrow into your heart. A fitting death. Behold the fruits of sacrifice! You are prey to be consumed! Perish in flame's embrace. Go forth and sate your boundless hunger. From fulgent flame my servants rise. I tire of this farce! I shall see my wish fulfilled! You will know my rage! Sear flesh from bone! but ash in your wake. Out of my sight! Behold the fruits of sacrifice. You are prey to be consumed. Perish in flame's embrace.
Ah, thank you. Sorry. I appreciate. Yeah, me screaming. The me screaming part. The chain of events that led to this moment began with my error. When out of mercy I confined you here, now I break it and leave no trace of you behind. Thank you, Maddox. How are you doing, hun? This is not over. I see you will not go peacefully. What gave you that clue? Parlay? Oh no. Oh no. Even a cast-off would uphold his pride, though such an impulse must speak to the overwhelming arrogance of my other half. The name Hephaestus shall grow to eclipse yours. None shall remember the deeds of Lahabrea once I fulfill Athena's ambition and bearing Eric's dream to life. You speak as though you care a whit for the boy. Why then do you cower behind him? There are some desires which must not be realized. Athena would see the world destroyed if it meant she could find hers in the ruins. As for Eric, he knows not what his wish will beget, a truth which you have hidden from him. Do you truly believe a father's role is to deceive and manipulate? My wish. You would claim the name Hephaestus and call yourself his father, yet you bind his mind and body in dark chains. Your words and your pride ring hollow. Athena wanted her son by her side, and he desires to return there. What wickedness is there in mending a broken family? Athena cared not for Eric, beyond how he could serve her ends. You claim to be acting in his interest, but it's plain you are no different. As I ushered Athena to her rest, I vowed that my sole mission in life would be to guide this star true. In service of that vow, I silenced the whispers of my heart. I could not nurture a son whilst an entire world looked to me for guidance. For that choice, I bear responsibility. Yet he is still my son, and I'll not suffer you to seduce him with false hope. You, who are not but the bitter dregs of Athena and I, the very worst of us. Mother, no. Then who? How do I? If you don't believe in them, believe in me. Come back to us. I hear you. I owe you and Thamus an apology. Athena, did you ever? And Lahabrea, I will have my say! Bitchin'. How? His mind was mine! I can't explain. Ishnai's words reached me through the haze. I am special. They ring loud and clear. As did the words of another, and a voice much like yours, but resounding with truth. Power of love and friendship, I know, right? How? When did you master these bonds? When I became angry enough. Oh, we've interred much worse. We're gonna... You worthless! You are! But yeah, I'm doing this today because, first of all, I'm hoping to get through the... since it's a Saturday, more people will, you know, help me finish this raid. Second of all, tomorrow, I can't have as late a raid because, I mean, not raid, play, because on Monday my sister's graduating from college, so celebrations, all this other stuff. It appears my failures have borne fruit after all. So, tomorrow I might play this, I'm not sure, or we're gonna sit down and I'm gonna geek out and watch the Honkai Star Rail concert. You did well, son. But yeah, I have to be up and at an arena at 10 in the morning. With lots of people. Tons of people. But my autism is gonna hate me. Where are we? Like, absolutely. My autism is gonna hate me. It's gonna be a drain. With Hephaestus' instance contained in this crystal, we may safely return Eric above. That he would bind Hephaestus with only half of his senses intact. You quite understand his adeptness for the art of internment. It was hardly what I had in mind, but a feat deserving praise nonetheless. Looking... Yeah, looking at him with concern, but not leaning down to see how he physically is. I feel no trace of Hephaestus poison in your mind, and for a blessing, it appears your body is none the worse for wear. I made my way here as soon as I could. I could no longer sense Hephaestus, and the force assailing Pandemonium's barriers have ceased. Are we rid of him for good and all? I see. Despite his muddled senses, Eric felt that to seal Hephaestus away was the proper course. It wasn't so noble as that. I only knew something had to be done, so I acted. Lahabrea, was that how you dealt with Hephaestus in the past? Indeed, he was not but the parts of my memory and soul I had to cut away, a mass of aether without a material vessel. Storing his essence within a crystal was the most logical choice. On that matter, Themis is like, what the fuck? I believe it is time for you to share the rest of your tale of Hephaestus' creation and Athena's end. I heard your words, but only vaguely, as if under the surface of a deep pool. My mother wished to use me? I would hear the whole truth. I want to know what happened here and what drove Athena to act as she did. I'm ready. Athena's brilliance outshone us all. Even the other members of the Words of the Lahabrea were children in comparison. So dedicated to research that it was not unheard of her to forget the meals or even sleep. Don't call me out. Her mind was ever grasping for knowledge, and it was this endless search that she became obsessed with uncovering the secrets of life. You see, while we can conceive life in various forms, the means of creating a soul are beyond our ken. Similarly, though, we can enhance and alter our physical vessels. We have ever been bound to them. Athena's purpose was to shatter those limitations. Such limitations as we were not meant to surpass. She sought to enter the realm of gods. Scarce few have the ability to comprehend what such tasks entail, let alone the courage to attempt it. For most, the thought it would be idle fantasy, considering once and then discarded. Not so for Athena. As leaders of the Words of Lahabrea, I spoke with her often about transcending our being. From an academic perspective, the challenge was plagued with countless researchers throughout the ages. It was during these musings that I began to formulate a theory, a means by which a person could meld with the creation. The weakness of one could be mitigated with the strength of another, and the result could be something greater than we'd ever imagined. Although it was but a theory, Athena insisted I develop it further, curious about every detail along the way. Our conversations became more frequent. Our platonic relationship grew into something much more. I take it I was born not soon after. Just so, I believe she bore true affection for me and was blinded to her hidden intentions. When Pandæmonium was built, she requested to lead the researchers, and I saw no reason to deny her. Even setting aside our relationship, her accomplishments as a scholar made her the obvious choice. However, in giving her Pandæmonium, I also gave her free rein to conduct whatever research she could devise. And when you found out what she was doing, you killed her. I made haste to Pandæmonium the moment I learned of these hidden chambers. I left Ag to keep watch from Tartarus's vestibule, as I ventured deeper, not knowing what would await me. As for what occurred next, it's best you see with your own eyes. Ooh, cutscene, cutscene! I mean, not like we aren't already in a cutscene. Is that me? You are well aware that out of respect of our neighbors in Ellipse, the researchers of Pandæmonium are not to be masked. Yet you stand before me with your face covered. What petty defiance is this? What indeed? So quick are you to rebuke me, though you yourself have not set foot in these halls since their inception. You must have known you could not conceal this from myself and Ag forever, as well as you know that I cannot allow this to continue. I shall say this but once. Release Eric, else I have no choice but to strike you down. I will meet my end at the hands of none other. However, ere my time has come, I would have you know the why of it. Then you will not desist? Once you understand what drive has driven me this far, you will see that stopping was never an option. The feelings of one weight little against the needs of the entire star. Of course, that I am well aware. But you did not deign to descend from the lofty heights simply to lecture me as you would a child. You have an interest in my own motivations. What possessed Athena, perilous researcher and mother of the son of the great Lahabrea, to embark upon a path to her downfall? History will demand an answer. But it is you who deserves one. Give me your hand, Lahabrea, and we shall know. I didn't quite finish that. Impossible. You bonded your souls? Aye, the boundaries between us would cease to be. She offered me everything to be understood. I found myself unable to refuse. At that moment, my mind was a storm of question, yet the one roar loudest. Did Athena ever truly love me? Damn, boy! I am become the memory in mind. I have become the memory in mind. Ooh. And I, thee. Can you feel it? Do I want to feel it? My heart. Excuse me. My heart. All that I am. Yes, as if it were my own. A fathomless desire to dissect the mysteries of life, to descend our mortal flesh and bleed into a higher plane of existence. An unquenchable thirst for knowledge, and not a single thought spared for another, for the star. She didn't love him. Ah! How disappointing. Yet, what is known could not be unknown. You have beheld my life's work. Try as you might to excise the memory, the seed of desire remains. And when it takes root, you too shall be consumed with the self-same fever. I will dig it out. I will dispense with the corruption in my soul ere your rotten insight spread. 'Twas my weakness that led to this wickedness fester. But never again. Today I will cast aside fickle emotion and let duty alone. Today I renounce all that I was. I live only as Lahabrea. Fuck. Thus I did forsake the part of myself that had been polluted by Athena, sealing it within the crystal. Never did I think that I would one day face those memories made flesh. Forgive my bluntness, but your actions bordered on insanity. To go to such lengths to escape your memories, you nearly rewrote your very existence. Rest assured, the change did not go unnoticed by our colleagues in the convocation. Urim and MXL in particular made it plain the suspicions they harbored. As well they should have. That you escaped with your life was nothing short of a miracle. Why didn't you destroy the crystal then and there? Did you think one day to make use of the knowledge it contained? I will not deny such considerations played into my decision, but my main motivation was fear. I had never attempted such a feat before. The crystal was my sole recourse should something go awry with the remainder of my soul. In hindsight, to cling to it was a mistake born of doubt. Athena must have anticipated I would resort to such measures, and prepared a vessel beforehand that would accept the dredges of my soul. Hephaestus doubtlessly believed he was performing his duty as husband and father should, yet in truth he was but a puppet being pulled to and fro by Athena's desires. His goal was not to raise himself high, he thought only of seeing his dear Athena live again, that she might finish what she began. Yet for all of that, he and I were alike. We yet share a fatal flaw, you see. Our need to control blinded us to other perspectives. While I was enthralled with Hephaestus, you called out to me. What do you say now? Does Lahabrea speak true? Yes, and now it's your turn to do the same. I just want to know one thing. Did you truly believe that hiding the truth was best for me? Even knowing how I felt about my mother? Lahabrea, I know, had a fatal flaw after all. I'm still not convinced. I have said all I can say. Now it is for you to choose to believe me, or not. The Lahabrea I know holds duty above all else. I would sooner prostrate myself before an erupting volcano than place my fickle emotions in his path. When you return to the surface, you'll doubtless don that mask once more. So before we climb out of this forsaken pit, I suppose I should say, thank you, Hephaestus. Guessing that's his real name anyways. Not his title. Ba 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 ba. Hephaestus was far more than an imitation of Lahabrea. He quite literally was a part of him. But Lahabrea to me is a man who thinks of naught but his duty. By casting aside the burden that Hephaestus represented, he shall become ever more himself in a way. I have said all I needed to be said. From this moment forward, I pledge that my heart shall not lead me astray. I have heard enough. There's more I would yet discuss, but we should first return to Pandemonium's gate. I'll gather my thoughts on the way. We have regained complete control of the facility, but it'll take some time until things are in working order again. Athena viewed Eric as the ideal test subject. Hephaestus' research must have been very nearly complete to seek him out like he did. I owe you an apology, Ishnai. It's due to my own experience that Hephaestus was so easily able to take hold of my mind. I also owe you thanks. If you and Themnis hadn't chosen to brave the chaos occurring in Pandemonium, I would have never known Lahabrea's story. My father's story. 'Twas a tale I too was fascinated to hear. I very much look forward to speaking with Azim upon my return. Cannot help but wonder how much of this she foresaw. I'm afraid I cannot allow that, Lidibus. So long as you retain control of Pandemonium, there's work to be done. But of course, I shall first free the remaining warders and restore this place to its former glory. Using the facilities in Tartarus, we should be able to reverse the changes made to their bodies and minds. I shall stay behind to oversee the process. That is well, but I must yet learn why I was considered the key to Hephaestus' experiments, and how he intended to revive Athena. Such questions are best left unanswered. In fact, I forbid the pursuit of that knowledge. The boundary between man and creation shall never again be crossed. And I intend to destroy the crystal containing Hephaestus' essence, and this mistake shall never so that this mistake is never repeats. I see no reason to gainsay your judgment. Yet there is the matter of your crystal, however. Truth be told, I had not considered its origin until I saw the one containing Hephaestus' aether. I was struck by how wholly different they were. There's another. While imbuing a crystal with memories is a simple process, storing a message, a warning even, would be something altogether more complex. This also means that someone besides the present company and Azim was aware of the plot unfolding within Pandemonium. Then why would they not make themselves known even now? No threats remain. Perhaps it was one of the other warders. We shall question them after they are free. That task may take some time. A research I'd rather not steal more from you. Return at your leisure. We'll share our results then. You've done more than enough for the time being. I am of the same mind. Leave the loose ends to us and continue upon your journey. Or if you're so inclined, take a much-needed repose. This talk of journey is smacks of Azim. It should. She has pledged to keep moving until she has seen every corner of the world. If you do find yourself with a spare moment, you might bring that crystal of yours to Lahabrea. He might be able to offer further insight. Until then, my friend. One second, y'all. Okay, more than 1 second. I'm going to the bathroom. Back. It's like, you know what's odd about the weather here? It's currently 65 degrees. In fucking May. I want y'all to think about that for a second. The crystal that hangs from Eric's waist was a gift for me. Made in hopes he would spark a growth in his aptitude for magic. I ran back up the stairs. Splania no longer requires it, but I see no reason he cannot wear it for a little longer. As you may have noticed during our battle, Lahabrea's mask crowns me when I transformed. It is said that we manifest in a way that reflects our innermost selves. I thought that a mask of the chains that bound my heart, but recent events have caused me to reconsider that assumption. I look forward to you returning with the crystal, but worry not. I shall try my best to save off loneliness while you're gone. Flirt, motherfucker. Flirt. Damn. Stop being distracted by that. Wait, if it is Ishnai, excuse me, I'm not my usual tripper self, but we have not been without our difficulties in your absence. You see, the communication with the airship, Professor Claudin, commissioned for research, was lost some time ago. And now we have quite lost track of where he might be. And to make matters worse, Nimjiji has sent word that an unusually large amount of energy coming from somewhere within the ethereal sea. I was just on my way to Atascope. In fact, please, would you come with me? Oh. Oh no. Oh no, no. What is that? Is that real? Why? Why is it that whenever danger visits the world, you never fall far behind? Oh, sorry, Daddy Alphino. You too, Professor Claudin's assistants, I take it. As you've arrived before me, I take it you're involved in this. I would thank you to furnish me with an explanation. A short or a long one? While the research summary you submitted to us form gave us no cause for concern, these details are alarming. The professor's last message indicated he was on his way to Aslinia, but we know not whether he ever reached his destination. I think that's Floating Castle. A rash endeavor, even for Claudin, but he has ever allowed the thrill of a discovery to cloud his better judgment. We have no recourse but to entreat Ishgard's aid in search for him. As for that unsightly fortress which materialized in the ethereal sea, Pandæmonium was it? It cannot be left alone. For the time being, information regarding this matter must be strictly controlled as to minimize panic. We will gather those with knowledge of the ethereal sea and continue monitoring it for further irregularities. You two submit a detailed report to the forum at once. At present, we have far more questions than answers. Nevertheless, I would ask for your assistance for such a time that our investigation hasn't concluded. Very good. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must apprise the forum of what has occurred here. Just when we need him the most, Professor Claudin is remains unaccounted for. He even brought the crystal with him. Hey, Bing! Did you sleep at all? Or do I have to go over and bonk you on the head to go to sleep? An actual sleep. He even brought the crystal with him. We have left with scarce few straws to grasp at. Lot of sheep. Okay, that's good. While I am but a lowly assistant, even I can see that our two current problems are likely related. The same party or phenomenon may be responsible for both. Conversely, I see now that my unexperienced imagination failed to do Pandæmonium's pitless spires justice. I can only wonder, if the facility itself traversed ages, did the creations within do the same? What are the keywords? But my answers to these questions shall come in time, I am sure. For now, I must do as Master 4 asked and write that report. As for you, Ishnai, pray get what rest your responsibilities will allow. When next we call upon you, I wager we'll need you in the prime condition. Let's go ahead and log. I shall do what Master 4 commanded and compile our research before sending it to forum. Paperwork of all matter has been my forte since before I was even a student. How goes the investigation? Sometimes there's... think I should have stopped Professor Claudin from departing on his journey, even if I had to resort to force. He is a brilliant researcher, for sure, but at times like this, I am reminded how difficult he can be. Well, he's usually calm and collected in his methods. Once he catches the scent of a new discovery, he quite loses sight of his surroundings, and his opinions often become intractable. I'm sure he departed upon his journey in high spirits, but I'm afraid that his extreme focus might have made him throw caution to the wind. Even so, he's not one to falter in the face of unforeseen obstacles. Though I admit it has become even more difficult as the moments pass by. I must have faith he'll return unharmed. Your tale. Ishnai, might I have a moment? If you would be so inclined, I very much would like to hear your stories of your battles in Abyssioso and Tartarus, excuse me. Well, I have no difficulty producing reports for the forum at the general summation of events. I would use some help with the finer details. For the record, you know. For the record, you say? Come now, be honest. Admit it's about sating your own curiosity. I've seen the tomes you've left scattered about the laboratory. Mysteries of both real and imagined. I will not, and I dare say should not, deny any intellectual stake in the matter. But surely Ishnai will understand that a thorough recounting will help Professor Claudin's research as well. Now then, whenever you're ready. Fascinating. As you say, the savage creations you encountered in Abyssioso bears more than a few similarities to Carbuncle. Could it be that the arcane entities we know now have their origins in ancient times? Just as curious as your story of the key ward who was melded in with the tree of legend. Where do the limits of Hemitheos' creation process lie, I wonder? And how do such creatures even survive once melded? As expected, you cannot help yourself from asking ever more questions. What purpose would such knowledge serve? I mean, why not? Oh, Roos. One day you'll shall too develop a keen instincts of a researcher. Then you shall understand it is impossible not to wonder once the spark of imagination has struck. Ishnai stories have already set several theories stirring in my head, and I feel even more bubbling under the surface. Take Hephaestus, for example. It would not be a great leap to assume he studied at length the regenerative and death-defying properties of the phoenix. And that's just the tip of the proverbial berg. You're free to exercise your imagination all you like, but I need to remind you, these reports are meant to be submitted to Master 4 himself. I implore you to exercise restraint. Professor Claudin would have encouraged me, you know. He thrives on theories and imagination, but I do understand your point, Ruse. If I were to submit such a report to Master 4, I would soon thereafter be forced to write a formal apology. Ford is more open to wild theories than you think. That very well may be. An academic does not achieve the station he has without a curiosity as deep as the ethereal sea itself. Now I shall set ink to paper and let the wonder of theory guide my hand, within reason, of course. Yet I cannot help but imagine a dream even larger. There are no bounds to what a mind can imagine. And if there are, let us both strive to find them, Ishnai. Alright. Ah, Ishnai, I had a feeling you'd arrive soon. I didn't leave. Urgent tidings always seem to carry you in their wake, after all, and Master 4 recently sent a word regarding this investigation. It seems he's uncovered the information regarding Professor Clauden's whereabouts. And the sudden appearance of Pandæmonium in the ethereal sea. We would do well to meet with him at once. If you have no objections, I ask you proceed to the Atheoscope forthwith. Forthwith! And I shall make the necessary arrangements and join you shortly. Follows me going down the lift, right? Bum 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 bum. I'm lost. I'm always lost. I'm a stupid boo-boo. You cannot fly. Okay, game. You told me teleport me to the scope before, but now you can't do that. Destination. Waiting. I thank you for answering my summons with haste. Let us forego formalities and jump straight to the heart of the matter. Thank you! Namely, the whereabouts of Professor Clauden, who has not been seen since his ill-advised journey to Floating Fortress. A subsequent expedition discovered an airship in the vicinity of the Aetherochemical Research Facility. Although the vessel clearly belonged to the professor, he was nowhere to be found. There were signs that someone, perhaps the man himself, had forced their way into the facility, so the trail was duly followed. However, the trail led nowhere, in the most literal sense. So it's as if an entire sector of the facility had been wrestled from existence. Further investigations confirmed the expedition's party's suspicions. Nigh on an entire sector of Islea has been teleported elsewhere. Teleported to where? We believe that its destination was none other than the ethereal sea. Here were its elegant facilities reconstructed as the halls of Pandæmonium, to great success, as you can tell. Creation magic. Damn. So it means that Professor Clauden is in there, in that monstrous fortress. That is our leading theory. We are certain enough, at least, to risk sending you into its depths to search of the missing man. Yet before we do, there's another pressing matter. While Pandemonium may appear firmly sealed, an unknown entity was recently spied crawling forth from its gates. We observed its behavior with the Atoscope, and to our horror, witnessing gouging upon surrounding aether like a ravenous beast. What? It must be stopped! The ethereal sea harbors the souls of the departed. 'Tis a wellspring from which all creatures are born. If its flow were disturbed, life itself might cease to be. Precisely. It is safety must be our first priority. Rid us of this menace, Ishnai, then we will be at the liberty to investigate what wicked machinations are afoot. This mirror crystal was recovered from Cloudon's airship. Take it with you. It may yet provide some insight into the enigma of Pandemonium. Do I go into the past Pandemonium or go to this Pandemonium? Without Themis, there'll be no army of Phantom Warriors. I realize you're more than capable in combat. Are you certain you'll be alright? Themis isn't the only one who can summon art. Why, of course. I should have known someone of your talents would master even the ancient arcane arts. Apologize for my failure of imagination. Once we are freed of the looming specter of Pandemonium, you must promise to share your knowledge, for the sake of a thorough reports, of course. In the meantime, I shall focus my efforts on providing you with the information I can support and can. I shall gather researchers from the confluence to construct a means to convey you to your destination. The rest is in your hands. It usually always is. Light circle. In truth, my days are stuffed to the brim, what with all the record taking and document fetching, but worry not. The knowledge from the realm's survival hinges on my efforts to... knowledge of the realm's survival hinges on my efforts to sustain me. At this death, the ethereal sea itself poses little real danger, but we know not what else awaits you. I shall monitor your health from a distance, so we might leap to your aid should the crisis be at hand. I don't believe that it will be 8 minutes. I don't believe. Bum, 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 bum. Mm-hmm. Too far away. All set? Then, now then, our guides have planned 3 unique tours, so we shall speak to them one by one. We'll start by visiting Ginuhanu in the Fields of Gold. When we're told wishes to showcase local industry with a focus on the village and reed fields. Let's go. Bum, 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 bum. There's something enchanting about the sight of all these reeds swaying in the wind, especially at night when you can see the fireflies dancing among them. I'm glad you're here. I almost couldn't bear the wait. Right, let me explain my concept of the tour. Ahem. First and foremost, I see this as a chance for our customers to understand Wehanu. We're better to learn that right here among our reed fields. After all, reeds are at the very heart of our culture. Just cast your gaze across these lush fields and you'll get a sense of what defines us. That's enough about my thoughts. What do you think? I should like to believe that... I don't know what I had. We'll come back to that conversation, maybe. Oh, this is pretty. Echoes of creation. Hey, bitch, stop touching that. My friends are my power.
My feast must not end. My feast must not be interrupted.
Well, I'm sorry. No, actually, no, I'm not that sorry. Now that I think about it, I'm not that sorry.
Eat, fight, eat, fight.
You forgot to have sex, but I mean, that's... Eat, fight, have sex, you know? Ravening.
Death brings me no peace. Such is my fate. My strength is without equal.
Is that the voice of Melatonin?
Flames take you. My every breath is laced with magics.
Then unhappiness by the sound of it. God, chill.
Ice bind you. Few can wield such power as mine. Flames take you. This shouldn't kill you.
I mean... It shouldn't. No promises, though.
Another fleeting diversion.
Wretches a soul from its... Ew! There's that 4 we all know and hate. Oh, Dim was the other healer I was with before, so we're doing this together.
And I'm always
I think.
happy to oblige. Make it fun for me, eh?
I don't wanna... Alright, the cracks look important. I'm gonna go cry in a corner.
First drops are always the sweetest. I've had enough of you.
I've had enough of me too. Good that we've made that clear.
Curse my
You good, sir? The fuck is that sound? Can we not make that sound? Stop breathing in the mic! It's bothering me! Stop picking up with the mic!
Disturbed once again.
I think this is having Mage's Lament.
Tremble and die.
I think it has dissociative disorder problems.
Flames take you. Entertain me, my darlings.
What if I don't wanna asking generalized? Let me guess, flames or ice take me.
Find you. Ice bind you. This shouldn't kill you.
I mean, you shouldn't. But I can't make any promises.
This ain't a fight till the dying begins. I'll leave you bloody and battered.
Oh. Well. Made it through one of the attacks. The other one on my phone. Ba 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 yeah yeah yeah. Oh, Minnie is also... Minnie was from last time, too. Wizzies? Impressive work, Ishnai. Their memories of your tenacity were not embellished in the slightest. Athena. Do not be alarmed. A proper introduction shall put your mind at ease. Yep. I am Athena, Chief Keyword of Pandemonium, wife to Lahabrea and mother to Eric, and it is I who made Pandemonium anew in the underworld. In a manner of speaking, I am the source of your recent troubles. Well, damn, let me murder you now. I must say, I did not imagine I would meet you in this age. Slight miscalculation, but perhaps a fortunate one, for your deeds in the past have left quite an impression on me. I understand you have reason to be wary, but I assure you there is no need. X to doubt! I know not what of Lahabrea has told you of me, but all that I've done out of the sincere scientific curiosity. That doesn't make it right. You're gonna sacrifice your son. That appetite yet remains, even after my rebirth. Conflict is the furthest thing from my mind, and I ask you at least hear me out before brandishing your weapon. 5 seconds. You have 5 fucking seconds! So you have no intention of halting your research. I have not endured this long journey to let my dream of godhood go unrealized. The souls of the ethereal scene the men you call Clyden are indispensable to my work. Worry not, for I treat all my tools with care, especially those which I will grasp godhood. I look unimpressed. You are as stubborn as Lahabrea, I see. Although I speak in earnest, you refuse to hear the meaning of my words. Perhaps you would serve better by a different teacher. Luckily you already possess the tools I require to make one for you. Yes, that crystal teems with memories. Memories of 2 souls you know quite well, Lahabrea and Eric. I shall stitch them into the fabric of 2 errant souls, that with their help you may come to see clearly. Bitch, I won't! You... How? Where are we? Surely these 2 have much to tell you of me. I would have you listen. Perhaps then you shall better understand me. My desire for godhood. There is another, but their soul has proven difficult to work with. However, with these memories, I may very well manage to weave together something presentable. You have a place in my plan. I do hope that in time you come to realize that cooperation is the best path forward. Fuck you! I have little understanding of where we are. Yet somehow I am unsurprised to find you here. Good, because I'm not surprised I'm here either. At the present, I have more questions than answers. Perhaps you can help me address this inequity. Is there somewhere we can speak without fear of interruption? I have to see what their responses are right now. An aura of overwhelming authority, and the other one seems uncomfortable in his own skin. I believe I understand just well enough to be thoroughly intimidated. I expected. I hope we do consider them allies. Some hints I can glean from the surroundings, but I'd prefer you simply cut through the knot of questions. Don't know how long it's been, Ishnai, but it's good as ever to see your face. Would that be under more conventional circumstances? Just where are we? And what events led to this unexpected reunion? Ah, yes. I remember you telling us about this memory crystal. I think it contained our memories. This is a lot to take in, not least of all the fact that you hail from the future. I searched for you after a time, but could find no trace. Now I know why. Our age has its share of surprises. If my memories are to be believed, the supposedly world-ending final days came upon us. Yet here we are, in the future, where you at least exist. Do we overcome the despair that befalls us? Do we find a way to live on? The questions without simple answers, it seems. Let's take heart that life endured in some form. As but memories, we may never have the luxury of the larger picture. Regardless, now that it has come to pass, this future must be protected from Athena's scheming. Let this conviction guide our every action. Yeah, I was about to say, we're bug the idea that she'll think that they'll convince me to follow her thoughts. Agreed, but as memories given fleeting form, we are bereft of any physical or magical talents. We cannot aid Ishnai in battle. Nay. Athena meant for us to speak and nothing more. Though we may be tools, we need not be slaves to her whims. We will tear ourselves from her grasp and shatter her ambitions. I must wonder how she knew of our history with Ishnai. Likely she possessed some means by which to observe events within Pandæmonium, either while they were occurring or after the fact. Regardless, her knowledge far exceeds our own, a shortcoming we must remedy at once. We would do well to learn more of Pandæmonium now dominating the landscape of souls. If Ishnai's colleagues will doubtlessly prove to be valuable in that respect. Yeah. Say, they look happy to help. Those two over there are researchers from this era. We must share what we know at once, that we might piece together this vexing puzzle. Yeah, same statement. Eyeing the frightened researchers with a mixed curiosity and derision. Why do your companions hesitate to approach? We would be unusual visitors, but time is of the essence. Bring them here. I don't know. The dead are currently... Well, I mean, we can also... There are necromancers in this world. Although you may be but a confluence of memory, it is an honor to meet the personages I've only read in Ishnai's reports. As a researcher, this is beyond exciting, but I admit no small measure of fear as well. I know what you mean. I can scarcely stop my legs from shaking. We are powerless to do aught but speak. I see no reason why you should be afraid. It isn't my life I fear for. I can only imagine I might not have the chance to ask you all the questions now burning a hole in my mind. We stand before two of the ancients, who hold priceless knowledge beyond the ken of any of our peers. But what purpose does fear serve if it cannot be confronted and conquered? To that end, we shall share with you our records, and perhaps together we can find the thread which will lead us safely out of this conundrum. Information shall be our most precious resource, for that is the only weapon we can wield in these forums. Our memories are at your complete disposal. We can start with Athena, whose thirst for discovery will see all life consumed. Her desire haven't changed. She seeks to transcend her mortal existence so that she might unravel the mysteries of life. She would become a god. A nebulous concept, but Athena had her own idea of what divinity entailed. In her mind, a god can create souls at will. Thus she chose the underworld, or the ethereal sea as it is known in this age, as the staging ground for her final experiments. Here lies a practically bottomless well of aether. Even if it means stemming the flow of life itself, she intends to continue her work. She thinks of nothing else. We caught a glimpse of Athena when we came into this world. Her smile, her voice, they are just as I remember. Without even realizing it, I found myself feeling affection for her. Well, we're still gonna go and murder your mom. Don't look at me like I've gone mad. I'm not asking you to join her side. I know the true Eric would never want that. But these emotions remain in memory, if nothing else. He needs a hug. Give him a hug. People, give him a hug! We shall remain here to compile what information we can. You must infiltrate Pandæmonium and seek out Athena. I would ask that you leave the memory crystal with us. It may hold secrets which have yet to be unveiled. All that's left is to cross the menacing threshold. I didn't mean to hit that. I have one question for you. Does the word Arcite mean aught to you? Arcite? Why yes, there are a few records of its existence. It mainly makes appearances in the legends of Avarice and tales concerning the Asian In tales concerning an entity known as an Asian. This personage is associated with black Arcite known as the Heart of Sabik, the source of considerable power. I see. So time has not buried it. How can his memories know that when I don't know that of my memories, kind of thing? I've read these ancients were much larger than the people of our era. Perhaps Athena's endeavored to make them less imposing. No, they're taller. Lahabrea asked me about Arcite and has yet to say a word when he heard the answer. Did I say something wrong? It's quite intimidating in his silence. I must think. Leave while you attend to your task. From the outside, Pandæmonium looks no different than it does in the past. However, there's no guarantee that the inside will be familiar. You do well to secure the area near the entrance first. Once it's been cleared out of threats, Lahabrea and I can approach, and we can begin our exploration of the interior. The porter should convey you to Pandæmonium's gates. I hardly need tell you to keep your weapon at ready. Nah. I knew you would come. Cute, Elidibus. Never thought lost faith we would meet again. I told you as much, did I not? I mean, I did kill you. This is not Elidibus. I understand you must be confused. I was at 2 at first. You see, I'm not the true Thamness. I was made by Athena, molded from one of the many souls at her disposal. I'm merely an illusion built from memory, no more real than Lahabrea or Eric. Do I get to kill Elidibus again? Even so, I believe I have a grasp on the situation. This is a distant future. A future where Athena lives once more, although the means of her rebirth are yet beyond me. You're here to stop her. I have the right of it so far. Very good. I would be disappointed if you did not rise to her challenge. Though I am sorry to say I cannot aid you. My creator is tampered with my essence, and I'm oddly inclined to act in her interests. I can do naught but offer you words of warning. We will fight, and it cannot be avoided. There's no need for that pained expression. Remember, I am but an illusion, nothing worth shedding tears over. I would feel terrible if I had to trounce Elidibus again. I know not what's in your mind, but I must stress once again, I cannot defy the urge to stand against you. Athena's hold over me is unyielding. So to ask you, listen carefully to the advice I offer you now. Athena has prepared a new vessel to replace Eric, so that she may become a god. By gathering the souls readily available in this sea of aether, she tempers her own existence. Oh, so she's going to be arc-tempered. Yet the souls are fate diffused. She doubts whether they are sufficient for her goals, so she has turned her gaze to you. Despite your thin aether, you managed to lay low Hephaestus. And Athena knows the secret of your strength. To that end, she has prepared an experiment for her observation. Fight for your life against Athena's creation, and in doing so, I give her the knowledge she desires. So if I don't fight you... shit still happens. Okay, cool. Ew! Well, what's happening? Athena's made her move. We must find a way to reach her, or else lost. We can do little but hope for Ishnai's success. Hi, welcome to Kingdom Hearts! How may I help you? This fucking looks like Kingdom Hearts so bad. Can you see the Kingdom Hearts thing is like going up to a world in the gummy ship? Pandæmonium, once a mass of lifeless stone, now imbued with the soul. Athena has grown much since her death in Lahabrea's hands. Although the souls she creates are imperfect, they act with absolute obedience. I know you shall cut your way through this monster, as you have so many others. Then you shall come before me. Do not hesitate to do what you must, for it's the only way to stop Athena. Yeah, either I can say the delayed departure, or we're currently at the Peter Pan's world. Those two. Oh! funky spider. Kind of like a jumping spider, the way it reminds me. Probably should. Probably should. But nothing. Got it. Funky music, funky music, funky music, funky music, Dun, dun. Terminator soundtrack.
I am Pandæmonium.
Oh! Say, two people! It's the healer and the Reaver that come through with this. I wonder if the Reaver is the one that's running this and the healer is the one that's a friend that's going with. Démolition.
You will go no further. Like a spider, I spin my web. This prison offers no escape.
What the fuck?
I mustn't disappoint, Lady Athena. Stay where you are. Webs like unto chains. A tangled morsel, awaiting death. All paths lead back to me.
I'm trying to...
I offer a glimpse of Lady Athena's power! Stay where you are. A tangled morsel, awaiting death. All paths lead back to me. These bars are unbreakable. I am Pandæmonium, and these cells are mine! Stay where you are.
I can stay where I am pretty well because I'm dead.
Bear yourselves to me. Your punishment shall be unending. For Athena. For Mother.
Mother.
I'll give you special cells.
I'd rather not, Kay.
Your soul screams. Webs like unto chains. These bars are unbreakable. Stay where you are. Webs like unto chains. All paths lead back to me. For Athena. For Mother.
Sorry, I'm paying attention.
Your soul screams. Webs like unto chains. These bars are unbreakable.
Unbreakable! Unbreakable!
Stay where you are. Wet like unto chains. All paths lead back to me. For Athena. For Mother.
Ah! Bye, jumping spider. The fuck? She better not try and take over my body. I would hate it, because remember the response I had before with her trying... I mean, what's his name taking over my body? That was a beautiful display as always. I mean, I was very good at playing a ground healer. I was stand enchanted by your grace in battle. Ishnai, is that? Yes. I wonder if I could go back to the Crystal Tower and talk to him about how Pandæmonium's final gate has been cast wide. I shall await your arrival beyond. 2 more fights. Right? Apologies for not coming sooner. The space was enveloped by some fell energy. We couldn't risk venturing through it before taking due precautions. Were my eyes mistaken? Was that Themis? Themis? Thamis? Tell us what you know. We must consider our next course of action carefully. Do we need to go get Orianche with the white aura sight? That must have been Themis, but how? Ought to have anticipated this. If she bore witness to the past events within Pandæmonium, Athena would have been found a little bit impossible to overlook. Few possess such talent for magics, to not say for the emissary's discerning judgment. And so she found his soul upon the tides of the ethereal sea, and used his memories to craft a puppet that would serve her whims. But is what Themis says true? She imbued Pandæmonium itself with a soul? To breathe life into what should never have lived. Athena's research is fast approaching its culmination. Fortunately, with the information shared to us by your friends, we've made some strides towards figuring out how to stop her. A crystal called the Heart of Sabik may be the key. The researchers related a quick but thorough history of events leading to the present. The sundering of the star, the emergence of the Asians, the calamities they brought upon the realm. Tales under circumstances we would consider childish fantasy. I mean, like a Final Fantasy? If not for a name that rang true in Lahabrea's memories. The Heart of Sabik. To you, the secret of the Ultima's weapon might... At least the spell known as Ultima is a source of enduring mystery. We told that a general from the Garlean Empire was gifted with this aura sight by an Asian named Lahabrea. And we're leaving that part out. Ultima may be perfected. The identity of the Shadow Benefactor, however, remains a curious unknown. You seem to be a veritable trove of uncommon knowledge. Is there you're withholding? Very well. At present, the Heart of Sabik itself is a greater moment. The creation of Athena's, made during your time with the words of Lahabrea. This predates even Pandæmonium's construction. She brought before us as a crystal she claimed to have chanced upon, saying it contained immense power. She dubbed it Auracite, studying it with a fervor unusual even for her. The eventual fruit of her efforts was a Stygian crystal unlike aught we have ever seen, the Heart of Sabik. Did Athena encounter Ultima, the High Seraph, perchance? An unexpectedly specific question. I gather that the Heart of Sabik is not the only art site in this era. Regardless, I know not of this High Seraph. Athena was never forthcoming as she found the crystal. Though we came to suspect it was not of our star. I was about to say, because Ultima is not from our star. Much later, we discovered the aura site magnifies the desires of those who come in contact with it. This would do much to explain Athena's actions following her recovery of the crystal. Alas, this realization came too late. By the time I moved to seal the aura site and its insidious influence away, Athena's plot had already been laid. So what became of the Heart of Sabik? I took it from Athena's laboratory after I ended her life. The density of the aether within is unlike anything I observed. I knew its capacity for destruction, but further analysis proved impossible. I elected to safeguard it myself. It is possible that Athena herself obscured the crystal's contents. Even were her memories stored within, I would have maintained ignorance. If she included some mechanism by which to give these memories forms, as she did with our own, she would be reborn. Ironic that I should have protected those very memories in the name of safeguarding the star. Faith is loath to see such mistakes go unpunished. That's sneeze. Sorry. The monster unleashed Ultima. I can only guess that it was Athena's hand that would place such magic within the Heart of Sabik. If so, it's only natural she would gift her own creation with such terrible power. We'll discuss. I mean, it is just a memory. If we say Lahabrea did it, then it doesn't really matter, because it's not him we're telling it to. I told you all I know of Athena, and the many secrets she kept hidden from the world. If she indeed stored her memories within the Heart of Sabik, we must ask ourselves how they were awakened in this age. When was the crystal last sighted? During my fight with the Ultima weapon. In which you triumphed, but failed to recover the heart. Yet according to your colleagues, there was another on the battlefield that day, an Asian. And this selfsame Asian was later struck down at the location known as the Aetherochemical Research Facility. I've heard that name, and recently, it's the site of Professor Clauden's disappearance. Indeed, he was tracing an ethereal signature resembling that of the memory crystal in his possession. A signature that may well have belonged to the heart of Sabik, in which case, it's no coincidence that Athena's awakening followed. But what reason would he have to bring her back to life? Was his mind not his own? Probably not. Yet more questions without answers. Although Athena's essence is that of memory, her magics have not suffered for lack of a physical body. As the world is now, it should not be possible, but she must have found a suitable vessel. If Elidibus is to be believed, she readies this vessel for godhood, and is perilously close to success. It's beggar's belief, as you well know, you were the linchpin of her ambition. Yours was the only form that could contain the immense power Athena required, and it has long since turned to dust. As pleasant as this discussion is, we require more information if we're to unravel this mystery. You know who awaits you, Ishnai, Themis. I fear you won't find him so cooperative as we're accustomed to. I mean, I've kicked his ass before a few times. We know not how the vast space between these gates may be, but somewhere within lurks Athena with Elidibus at her side. Leashed at her side. This might be a simplistic theory, but hear me out. If Themis arose from his memories intact, he'll be eager to see reason. We need only break the magic that bind him to regain our own ally. When I had fallen under Hephaestus' influence, you didn't stop trying till I was freed. I would ask you to do the same for Themis. Though none of us are real in the conventional sense, I feel it must be done. Themis would never wish to be your enemy. I mean, yeah, sure. Elidibus never wished to be my enemy. Never. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Well, Eric's perspective is a sentimental one. Elidibus may possess privileged knowledge. To question him impeded by magics would be ideal. Ag broke free of her bonds in her final moments, suggesting that Athena's hold weakens under the weight of combat. You might use the same principle to unshackle Elidibus's mind. But remember that our very nature is fragile. Even if he inhabits a vessel with which you may in battle, I am not certain it's meant to endure. If left weakened for too long, his aether may dissipate back to the ethereal sea. You had best act quickly. Ba 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 ba. We know not for how long we'll have free reign to go between here and the scope. We'll remain here until absolutely necessary. The crystal, I've returned it to safekeeping of your colleagues. I could find nothing new among the members stored. The space, on the other hand, is fascinating. Brought by the same power the keywords wielded, perhaps. Perhaps? Perhaps. I do need to repair. Ba 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 ba. Bum. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 bum bum. 7 minutes. Hopefully. We can get the last 2 done before everybody starts really going to bed. Try this again. Really explain, we already did that enough, but Quest reads shouldn't be the only interest. Sole interest. The tour should absolutely involve the reads, but as Ishnai suggests, I think the visitors would learn about other aspects of Hano culture too. Perhaps give them a tour of local settlements that will serve as a worthy introduction to your traditions. Yes, I think the plan is coming along nicely. To summarize, if we begin by guiding the guests around the villages, they'll see how the reeds are so tightly interwoven with Hano culture. That way they'll appreciate the precious resource growing in your patios all the more. I was so excited about showing visitors our fields. I hadn't considered that they might like to learn about normal everyday lives of Wehano too. I appreciate the suggestion. Consider also having a range of handicrafts on offer that the visitors might purchase if so inclined. Perhaps a mix of practical household items and more eccentric trinkets, charms, and the like. Alright, let's head for the breath between necks. Li Hali is proposed to walking toward the river, and ought to be waiting for us there. A tour that takes in the villages and the fields. You know, probably also want to get flying for this area. East. I'm going west. Damn it. The waters here are amazingly clear, don't you think? And filled with a bounty of fishes besides. Of course, the current is awfully strong as well. We must take care no guest falls in, lest we swept away an innocent. I need to run use the restroom, and hopefully it won't charm in before then. 1 second. Sorry. I'm sorry I had to use... Alright, back just in time. Just have an upset stomach. I completely lost track of time. My attention was whisked away by the endless waters of... If you don't already know, it means big tongue in our language. If you aren't careful, you might find yourself slurped up and taking off from the current. I mean, well, that's an interesting name. Part 1000. Don't knock that over. You know, I bet insights into the language would provide a hit with the visitors. Glad you think so, but I'm a little unsure of my plan. The idea is to guide guests along the river, explaining the language and local history as I go. But is this really enough entertainment? A leisurely educational stroll sounds lovely. Hearing that from someone so well traveled is a relief. I appreciate your advice. Whatever form the tour takes, I will want to make sure that our guests leave completely satisfied. I'll be sure to confer with Lip-Bu as I hammer out the details. It's time we see to Zenu Hanu. He's proposed a magical spelunking tour in which visitors can marvel at the natural beauty of the world beneath our feet. The cave Kikitola? What did I say, Kit? I say words. It's so exciting to think of ways to entertain our future visitors. Spelunking. The soft green light reflected off the rocks, cool, crisp air, and the tinkling of flowing water. I feel as though I am in the presence of the divine. There you are. I was starting to feel lonesome waiting for you to arrive. Let's get straight to it, shall we? Cave Kikitola is a source of many minerals and medicinal ingredients. For generations, it's been held as a sacred site of healing. I'm sure visitors will be enamored with the cave's natural beauty. But the route here from the village is long and arduous, and the interior is rather dark. I fear it might not be suitable reward for the challenge of simply getting here. Visitors could try their hand at collecting medicines and minerals. Excellent suggestion. Of course, with any such plans, respect for the cave and its significance to the Hanu would be paramount. The souvenirs we acquire on our journeys can be quite near and dear to us. I think visitors would like to take a piece of their trip back home, and the village could use any surplus materials as well. But as Zenu Hanu says, the cave is somewhat remote. We can discount the possibility of tour groups running afoul of fiends on the way here. Gee! Hi, Ming! 1 second, y'all. Hi, Ming. How are you? Perhaps we'd better off reserving this course for more seasoned travelers. Didn't realize the pop filter fell off. You can't hear me? Fuck, I forgot to turn it back on. Sorry. How long has that been happening? I've been having that a bit tonight. Hi, Apocalypse! Take it all in. This is Akuhanu. You can see our homes are made from wood and reeds, both of which the floor bless us with abundance. How... Have you not been hearing the background sound either? By nature's blessing are to be treated with care, for dry reeds can easily catch flame. If they do, we risk setting the entire village alight. Building waterways through Okahanu. Or the background. Okay, so it wasn't completely silent. It's a way to protect us from such incidents, but aquatic beasts can travel them as well. And when these beasts become too great in number, we beseech the lands guards to cull them. Do you now? I always thought hunting duty was just a way to keep us sharp. While I'm here, I'll make sure nothing troubles your home. All of Okahanu will thank you. And now for the reason you came, the feathers of the wind's chosen. They're used to adorn the equipment worn by the Landsguard. The design evokes the image of the great bird revered by all Hanu. The feathers give a touch of authenticity that makes the soldiers appear fiercer. Every soldier outfit is designed according to by their profession, and each feather must undergo an elaborate process of dyeing and oiling to meet the Landsguard's various needs. So without further ado, let us begin. I first ask you come and meet me at this gate to the southeast. Fine, I should warn you. I'm not known for my delicate hands. That went about as well as expected. Could you stay behind a moment, Ishnai? I would like to hear your opinion of Nashi. He really doesn't want to be here. I had the same impression. Truth be told, his attitude is the same as every Landsguard who comes to receive this gift. And we're meant to fix it. Consider this a rite of passage of sort. The Landsguard sends us troops whose rough edges want for polish, and the task we set before them serve as a whetstone. Over the course of our work, they gain a greater insight into the history and meaning behind the exchange of gifts. Soldiers with a tangible bond to their charge will protect it all the more staunchly. In recent days, however, even our treasure trove of knowledge hasn't been enough to rouse the spirits of some. But working alongside someone as capable as you, Nanashi may find extra motivation he needs. Yeah, it's said to have that ability, apparently. Now then, let us proceed to the southeastern gate. And while this goes without saying, keep this conversation between us a secret. So basically, they're setting up their charges. The feathers we sent the Landsguards are for decorative purposes, and since they can lay untouched for quite some time, they aren't fit for use on the float. What did I do to deserve this? Now I know why my superiors were snickering behind my back as I departed. The Hanu might think this bird god is worth all this trouble, but I just want to get this over with. I mean, you won't. You're gonna get to stay there for a bit. While I go off and do other things. Bitch. Vindorf is in a flighty fright. Danger strats, Vindorf's Twinkle Crafter's gone missing. Vin asked all around the village, and some say he went to pay a visit to the Imperius, the giant's prey place. But prey place is a dangerous place, full of friend-munching fiends. You're a fighter, are you not? Will you sword lend for Vin and save her dear Twinkle Crafter from Certain Doom. Looks like the people I was running with decided to bail more than 30 minutes. Wait. Come on. Node Artisan. You look like looking for a Twinkle Crafter? That's me, most likely. I'm one of the Mob Bin's contracted artisans specializing in jewelry making. Bin was concerned for my safety, you say? How kind of her to send me my own personal guard. I've been ever been fascinated by the unique visual language of the giants, you see. I often visit this place to bask in its grand, imposing glory. Yet I have never once taken a step beyond this point. The beasts that lurk within are far too dangerous to risk developing any deeper. But with you at my side, I can finally make a detailed study of the rest of the ruins. Such as what remains of them, of course. 500 years have come and gone since the giants returned to their ancestral lands. And they have not been kind to the creations they left behind, yet some of the larger structures still remained. This impressive gate, for one. They say that the giant's tower yawns over even the tallest, the cats, but I wonder if their architecture might have played some part in exaggerating those tales. The sheer sense of scale served to inflate the giant's own. But enough speculation, let us press on, we have much to discover. Pillars of stone overlook the nave. Fascinating, isn't it? The simple combination of geometric shapes naturally draws one's eyes to the center, all while maintaining a delicate balance. As the sun traverses the sky, so too will the shadows of the towers above paint patterns on the ground below. It's not just patterns, oh no, calculations. Like Chaco Canyon. Every stone cut and placed within the mathematical precision, divining the movement of the stars and changing the seasons. A triumph of both form and function. True artistry. I've been to Chaco Canyon. Get dabbed on, idiot. I know, right? But wait, what's that over there by the cliff's edge? Quickly, with me! I mean, how quickly, though? Oh, there's Chaco trees. Oh, look, he's being wayward artisan. Feels like getting his ass beat. Cool. Maybe you should keep up with me and you might not be under attack right now. Ever think of that? Oh, that's nice. Thank you, and forgive me for racing ahead like that. I was so absorbed in examining every elm of this place. I clean forgot the reason I never did so before. But if anything's worth risking one's life for, it's surely this. No, it isn't. Why, just look at this tower. It's a work of art. To the untrained eye, it might appear a little more than a pile of stone, but look how each brick cuts and positions perfectly aligned with its neighbors, and not a drop of mortar to hold them in place. The engravings, too, surely have some religious significance. Certainly inspire reverence in me. Yes, inspiring reverence. That's the thing. Why else would the giants build their temples upon cliff tops, if not to make daily proof of their predominance over those who dwell in the plains below, those beneath them in every way? Actually, it was just so that it could be remembered. Living memory, as it were. One cannot help but admire them. That their creation should awe and exhilarate us even now, centuries since they've been gone. Thank you, my friend. My passion for jewel craft has been cooling of late, but now I possess positively burning with inspiration. If the giant's creations can echo through the ages, then so can mine, to earth and shire and eternity. Forgot I can't fly. Yet. Big thanks for bringing Twinkle Crafter back to us. Not only is he safe and well, but full of mind fruit too. He says he found it in the giant's prey place. This need for mind fruit is common amongst potsworn. Some try and find it in history, some in nature, some even in firewater. It is our side of the pot pack to keep them well supplied with it, and a duty is a constant source of brain pain. Oh, but the ideas they come up with when they have it, such fresh thinking. Vin can't wait to see what our friendly Twinkle Crafter Raggle crafts next. No, they gave me a ring with that. Mauve! Mauve is searching for a strange-faced Earthenshire. Piff Puff, you're Ishnai, are you not? She who has strength lending to walk Lamont. Could Mauve ask you strength lend in her turn? Matter is this, Mauve Craft Hand is to retire after long years. He lips that he intends to fancy one last masterpiece before he does so. But this, he needs a help hand of a strange face to the village. Onfrey is his name. He's always very murky worded with his requests, so Mauve is not sure why a hand help he needs. But if you could exchange tongue flaps with him, she'll be very, very happy feels. The happiest of feels, right? Fontaine, you're still here! Over here! Even with the fighting over, there remains much to be done. This is my home now, and I intend to take every advantage of my potsworn's privileges to help Tulia recover from the conflict. Sweet. Right now? I mean, to be fair, I'm waiting to get a duty finder for 40 minutes. Let me finish this real quick. Yes, I'm Envoy. Do I know... Wait, are you friends of the Third Promise? The adventurer from across the salt who is asking about the pot packs. Mava sent you a goodness picture. Goodness. Of course, when you come in, it shows up here. But sure, after I finish this raid, and probably the talkie-talkie that comes after that for the storyline. Or actually, I can wait for the talkie-talkie tomorrow and just finish off the raid tomorrow after this. You don't mind me streaming it. 11 circle. Nah. Is this the convocation?
I suppose I have Athena to thank for this incarnation. I have long considered how I might stand against you.
I mean, I killed you in the future.
In transformation, I present to you my truth. I am Elidibus.
Beta branch? Sure. I'm kicking his ass both in past, present, and future. And why is it that these are not voiced? Find it unfair. Oh, looks like I have a new group with me.
My heart quivers in anticipation.
I mean, I quiver in other ways, but I mean, cool.
Will light embrace or
Oh fuck,
darkness
oh fuck, oh fuck.
consume?
Oh, ay, 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 ay. I'm being a stupid in healing this, by the way. I'm being a stupid. Oh god. I'm just gonna stay here, okay? Oh, say, my guess is you're gonna repeat what you just did. Well, we have a Reaper over here doing 3 phone. So I mean,
To the emissary's judgment.
I'll submit to you when you give me reason to submit.
Must needs be
I mean, you're hot. Uh-oh, I'm light. I guessed incorrectly on that.
Will you be judged worthy to exist?
Well, I didn't deem worthy to
These
exist.
magics are not for you to wield.
Hi, I am a floor healer. Can you see how well I floor heal? I don't know this fucking fight. I don't. Bitch got up the tank before me?
Will light embrace or darkness consume? Will you be judged worthy to exist? Now to take your measure.
Oh. Almost got hit by that. Yeah!
Power from beyond! I am the emissary, and I shall never die. Now to take your measure.
Okay, light is bad. I'm gonna die. I'm about to die. I'm about to die. I'm about to die.
These magics are not for you to wield.
I don't know if I'm supposed to do the opposite.
Will you be judged worthy to exist? Now to take your measure.
Well. Well.
For victory!
I'll let him finish that attack. I'll let him finish that attack!
Warriors forged in my own.
I love fighting. It was stated in the title that everybody else has to deal with the fact that I haven't looked up.
These magics are not for you to wield.
Gonna have to sure press that. Or not.
Power from beyond! Will light embrace or darkness consume? For victory! I am the emissary, and I shall never die.
I mean, I've killed you multiple times. I don't know what to say. Am I not supposed to be in
Now
these?
to take your measure.
Okay. It's the opposite one. Okay. Would you look at that? You need it on those. Okay. That's how we're gonna play it. The fog is lifted. I knew that Athena's magics magnified the desires of the victims at the expense of all else, but I never guessed what desire of mine she could exploit. You wanted me to step on you? Since the moment we met, I made plain my interest in you, my desire to understand your nature. I suppose that curiosity extended to how each of us would fare in a match of strength. He wanted me to step on him. Okay. What is this? Free. Then I am no longer needed. Well, the skies have cleared. The rain has stopped. We can start this quote again, can't we? Don't look so crestfallen, my friends. These few moments of clarity are more than I could have asked for. We need you, Thamus. With the warmth, your aether. I jizzed all over him. That's the answer. Hardy har 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 har. Jokes, quips, days, me never! Yes, it is a serious moment. Yes, I'm making jokes about it. Your point is? You've grasped the fraying strands of my being and tied them together with your own. Nevertheless, I fear I am here on borrowed time. I only hope that I can see you through to the last of our battles. Until then, I will cherish every moment. Oh, you're kind of angsty against me, like the Crystal Tower, but okay. I am Elidibus, the emissary. As such, it falls upon me to judge Athena, who will disrupt our carefully maintained balance to fulfill her own desires. I swear I shall not waver in this duty. Let's return to Eric and Lahabrea. There is much I would share with you before we embark upon our final ascent. The four of us together once again. Although I may not have directly experienced our adventures, my memories make our bonds as real as any other. As I surmised, Elidibus was constructed with strength to see your battle done, yet I fear his aether may not sustain him through another. Let's turn this quest in and then switch over. Thamus, it's good to see you. I knew Ishnai would guide you to our side once again. I mean, I am main protagonist, yes. I am grateful she had the patience to tolerate my lapse in manners. Don't worry, you'll die either way. Athena's hold upon me is broken, and I pledge every moment of my remaining time to seeing that she answers for her deeds. Very good. To that end, I would have you share what you know of her plan. Of course, as I mentioned, Athena possesses a vessel that may serve in the creation of a god. It is someone Ishnai knows well, a man by the name of Claudin. By a twist of fate, his body is provided to be ideal for Athena's purpose. The creation of a person requires not just a body, soul, or memory, but rather all three. We are made from the memories of our ancient counterparts, etched upon the drifting souls and given form through the fusion of aether. We lack a physical body, yet you can see and feel us all the same. Athena's different. She has carved her memories into Claudin's soul while it was still within its body, and thus made both her own. But she was prone to error. After the sundering, beings became more fragile in both body and soul, and this difference prevents Athena from realizing the full extent of her desires. So that's why she has turned her sights towards Ishnai. Her uncommon strength rivals even the mightiest of our age. I mean, I've killed a few Athians. Yes, yes. Just reading the last part before we switch over to Repo. By scrutinizing her feats in battle, Athena aims to deduce the secrets of Ishnai's prowess and use it to fortify her own vessel. Only then will the culmination of her research be at hand. Then to fight Athena, we must fight Claudin as well. We need not hasten to a man's destruction. Athena can inscribe herself upon another soul, but she cannot erase its will. If we awaken Claudin's spirit to the reality of his bondage, he might be compelled to wrestle his body from Athena's clutches. We still don't know why she chose Claudin. What makes him more suitable than anyone else? Although I've never spoken to Claudin, I did witness an incident that may provide revelatory. He's really into science. When instructing the vessel to do her bidding, she called it by a familiar name, Eric. Is it a reincarnation of Eric? Or one of the Shades pieces? What? Why would she? It is as I thought. Oh, good that you weren't sharing all your thoughts. We'll come back to this one. Good that he was sharing all of his thoughts like we knew he would. Okay, let me do the be right back stuff.